This week on Silver Screen, we take a look at the new 10-point grading scale, have the scoop on lack of recycling, and feature Jordan Davis in our Athlete Spotlight of the Week.
Good afternoon, Dutch Fork. Today is Friday, September 9th, and your Silver Screen report starts now.
Starting this school year, South Carolina has changed from a 7-point grading scale to a 10-point grading scale. I ran around the school to investigate. Starting the 2016-2017 school year, South Carolina recently changed from a 7-point grading scale to a 10-point grading scale. The question arises as to whether this change was necessary.
I don't think it was necessary, but it's a good thing that we did because we're like one of the people who hadn't changed our grading scale to the 10.
I don't feel like it was necessary, but I still really support the grade scale change because, like I said, it kind of helps me focus a little bit more. It takes a lot of the edge off.
At the high school level, I think it's good because that's what they're going to have when they go to college.
Changing to a 10-point grading scale comes with differing opinions between teachers and students.
I like it. I don't really have anything good or bad to say about it other than the kids, thinking it's easier to not fail.
I'm very pleased with the grade scale change. It takes a lot of the pressure off of the students here.
I really like it because it doesn't put as much stress on me as it did last year because now I don't have to worry that much.
I think it's a very positive change. I think that we've now leveled the playing field for all the students. So we have a uniform grading scale in South Carolina. Students that come from a different state, let's say like Massachusetts or Rhode Island, everybody is on that same 10-point scale, which will be very helpful when applying for college.
With the new change, students may wonder if teachers will grade their work harder.
It's not going to change the way I grade at all. Just the numerical point value has changed. We'll still have the same standards, the same expectations.
As of now, it's hard for me to say how it will affect it. I've already scored a few things for my students, and thus far it doesn't seem to have.
This has been Mia Perry with your Silver Screen Report.
On late Wednesdays, people go to Chick-fil-A in the mornings and sometimes park in the McDonald's parking lot. Here's Adam Amick with the info about why you shouldn't do that.
On late Wednesdays, Chick-fil-A is a popular destination in the mornings. Large numbers of customers at the restaurant lead to an overcrowded parking situation, which can now come with consequences.
There's hardly any parking here. We have very limited parking. So because there's an excess amount of students, a lot of times they'll park across the street at McDonald's and so that they can have a place to park. It's close by.
Students at Dutch Fork and Spring Hill have very differing opinions on whether or not cars should be towed.
I mean, yeah, I agree with it because they're trying to, they want spots for their customers to go to them. So why would they allow people to park in their spot, not eating with them and going to Chick-fil-A instead?
I don't agree with it, actually. I think that McDonald's is just a little bit salty because Chick-fil-A is doing better than them, and they have so many customers coming in that their parking lot can't even handle it. And so the fact that people are parking at McDonald's and even Tractor Supply just kind of shows how successful they're doing, and the fact that McDonald's has those open parking spaces for the extra customers to park in shows that they obviously don't need that big of a parking lot, and so they shouldn't be towing the customers.
There's not enough parking over here and there's parking over there, and that parking it's not like it's full or anything, so why can't we just use it?
Although some say towing is highly unnecessary, students and a Chick-fil-A employee say there are other ways to resolve the issue.
If they carpooled more, maybe. I don't know. There's really not much that you can do about it.
Still, I think they could, make a statement saying that those customers cannot park there and make that clear instead of resorting to towing the cars without giving a warning or anything.
The owner-operator of this restaurant, Steve Arnold, he recently purchased land across the street. It's a gravel parking lot, and so some of our customers know about it and they park there as well.
This has been Adam Amick with your Silver Screen Report.
The SAT word of the week is reproach, a verb, meaning to scold or disapprove.
For this week's Kids in the Hall, we asked students what they think about McDonald's towing cars.
A lot of people are being like, oh, it's not a big deal. but they don't look at it from the standpoint of a business. For McDonald's, you are taking the spot of potential customers. You want to go to Chick-fil-A, they do not want you using what they offer to their customers to go to their competitor. That's the only reason why they're telling you. It's not because they're mean, but business-wise, that's not what they want to do.
I feel like if McDonald's is going to do that, they should give people a warning that they're going to do that before they just start doing it. Make a regional announcement.
Makes sense, and that McDonald's should have this power. They need to be able to control the type of business that they get, and Chick-fil-A might need to expand their parking spots.
I don't think they should be doing that because I know if they were to tow my car, I wouldn't want to go back to McDonald's.
For most people, the way you dress is a way to express yourself, but for Tatrice Samuels, it seems much more. Here's Maddie McCormick with the story.
Wearing the hijab is one of the key practices for Islamic women.
It's for religious purposes. The women are supposed to cover from head to toe. I've been wearing it for almost 3 months now, all like in school, but all together I've been wearing it for 3 years.
Discrimination is a major issue in today's society, and Islam is one of its main targets.
I've been called a terrorist before. I've had people stop talking to me because at one point I didn't wear it, and I was very conscious about putting it on.
Well, discrimination is against the 14th Amendment. Everyone has equal protection under the law. It's unconstitutional. That's pretty simple. Look at what's happened with gay marriage in the past how many years. That was 14th Amendment. What drives me crazy is that we're singling out one religion. There's so many different religions. Do you get discriminated against if you wear a crucifix or if you wear a cross?
And it's part of our religion, and if I want to believe, I have to believe in it wholeheartedly, and I can't believe, half-hearted because of what other people might think. At the end of the day, it's my choice and it's my decision.
Praying is one of the key aspects to Islam, affecting Islamic students' daily lives.
I was at Irmo High School years ago. There were several Islamic students, and they could go into a spot off the media center and pray 5 times a day, which is one of the pillars of Islam.
Run into a problem with that before, with praying in school. At my old school, I prayed in the library in a corner, lunches and whatever, whenever I can just get it in, or sometimes like right before class I'll do it, or like now, because I don't really know how it is here, I just wait until I get home to pray.
This has been Madison McCormick with your Silver Screen Report.
We not only focus on the 3 R's at Dutch Fork, but also the 4th R of recycling. Here's Autumn Franklin with what's happening to Dutch Fork's leftover cans, bottles, and paper.
In the past few years, recycling has been encouraged at Dutch Fork, but this year, the cans have been kicked to the curb.
Last year, Sunoco was the business that was picking up our recycling, and they decided that it was not cost-worthy for them, so they dropped the contract. And the district is in the process of trying to find another company to help us pick the recycling up, but it has not been successful.
Right now, there is no recycling. We have bins. So when I was in charge of recycling, I actually got the principal at the time to buy bins so that every teacher had a bin for cans and bottles, and along the way, the people that have taken over after me have, followed suit and made sure everybody had bins. The problem is we can't use the bins right now.
With the school no longer recycling, many teachers and students are working hard to keep up the same standards the school has had in the past.
Most teachers, or all teachers, have the recycling bin, so if I have any extra papers, I try to put them in there instead of putting them in the trash.
Right now, we started recycling cans this week. We know that we can do that, and we can turn that in and get money back for certain departments. So we've decided to start this week with doing just cans at this point.
Recycling can affect the community in many ways, from giving back to the school to bettering the earth.
It's just part of me. It is part of who I am. I was green before green was a word. I've been recycling all my life. I grew up in a farm family, and we didn't throw things away. We tried to fix them. And so it's just kind of in my blood.
It's important for them to continue to contribute back to the school, to learn how to contribute to the community. It's teaching them how to follow directions, how to be independent. Because when I teach job skills, those are the things that we're trying to teach our students. So we felt that was important. And like I said, giving back to the school and the community.
Well, we've got so many different papers. Even with all the new electronics, we've got so many different papers coming through the school that if we weren't to recycle, it would just start piling and piling up, and it wouldn't be good.
This has been Autumn Franklin with your Silver Screen Report.
And now we go to Trey and Thomas for the TNT Sports Report.
Thanks, guys, and welcome to Sports Talk with TNT. I'm Thomas.
And I'm Trey.
And this is TNT Sports Talk.
Let's start with a rundown of last week's results. The girls volleyball team split their results this week, beating Chapin in 4 sets last Thursday, but Tuesday the girls lost to River Bluff in 3 sets.
Cross country participated in the Trojan Invitational last Saturday. The girls finished in first place while the boys came in second. On Wednesday, both the boys and the girls placed in first in their scrimmage.
In other news, USA Today recognized Dutch Fork football for having one of the top 6 national plays of the week. Tight end Bryson Cannon threw the long ball to wide receiver Bobby Irby for an 82-yard touchdown pass on their way to beating Fort Dorchester 35-22.
In August, Jordan Davis, a senior basketball player, committed to play for the Dayton Flyers. I got to know Jordan for our Athlete Spotlight of the Week.
I started talking to Dayton in the spring, and I just built a relationship from there, and I just thought it was the right place for me.
I think he's going to do great. I mean, it's a great fit there. Coach Miller's a great coach that helps perimeter players get better. He knows how to get kids to buy in.
I think that he will succeed in anything that he decides to do, and I think that he'll be a wonderful basketball player and continue to grow as he continues his future.
A starter since the 8th grade, Jordan's winning mentality and dedication led him to average 23 points per game on his way to being named the Class 4A Player of the Year.
Dutch Fork, it's prepared me for working hard and being a leader.
The most I've seen him grow is his mentality on the court, just being more aggressive, being a lot more confident.
Humble, he don't say much. If players are talking to him, he don't really say much.
Jordan's there a lot during the weekends shooting, so he kind of sets the bar to get those guys in the gym to keep working on their game, keep them motivated.
While he is a ferocious player on the basketball court, Jordan keeps to himself off of the floor.
I say I'm quiet to myself.
He's, cool. Doesn't really say much, but in the gym, he gets the job done on and off the court, in the classroom too.
Jordan is very calm and quiet in class. He does get his work done in a timely manner.
He's usually a really quiet kid, doesn't really say much, but now he's opening up a lot more to me and to his teammates.
He always has a smile on his face when he enters my classroom, and that always brightens my day too. So he's a really, really sweet guy.
The work that Jordan has put in on and off the basketball court has paid off, as he will have significant playing time for the Flyers.
I'm just really excited to get down to campus and just start rolling with the basketball season.
It's so cool that we have all of these student athletes that are going to play for colleges.
Yeah, Jordan and the Dutch Fork basketball team are excited to make some noise this upcoming basketball season.
Tonight's football game matches up Dutch Fork with the Somerville Green Wave. The Foxes defeated Somerville last year in the playoffs by a score of 51-37.
That should be a good game. That's all for TNT Sports this week. We'll have more updates in the future. Now back to China for announcements.
Thanks, Trey. Tomorrow, the Silver Spirit Band will be performing with the Irmo and Chapin High School bands at the Dutch Fork Stadium. Gates open at 6 p.m. and the performances begin at 7. Admission is $5. Because of the band exposition, tomorrow's Stadium Cleanup Day has been rescheduled for September 17th. Have dinner at Chipotle on Harbison next Tuesday between 5 and 9 p.m. Tell the cashier you're supporting the Dutch Fork Lacrosse Booster Club, and the club will earn 15% of the proceeds. Now to Mia for more.
Thanks, China. The Academic Literacy Enrichment Center, or ALEC, is looking for peer tutors. If you're interested in becoming a tutor, see Mr. McGee in room 109. The annual club fair will be held in the Commons during all 4 lunches next Friday. Be sure to stop by to learn more about how you can become involved in Dutch Fork's many extracurricular activities. The book club is reading Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard and will be discussing it on September 29th in the Media Center. See Mr. Gilliam in room 204 for more information. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Good. You're it. I do sometimes. Here's Adam. You almost got it. I had it too. It's lame. Here's Autumn. Autumn.
Autumn.
Autumn.
Autumn.
Autumn. Autumn. Okay.